So, for today's long format video, I'm going to talk about a lot of things that have been on my mind. By the way, to do this video, I actually have to write myself a note saying that I'm going to do this video. It means that I accomplished what I said I was going to do, and it's been an effective tactic for a while. um, First off, this is something that actually really annoys me. In December, producers or creators, agents were telling people, hey, remember to tell people if you're going to take off January. And it was this like, hey, I'm going to take off January because I'm so tired and it's a lot of work to do these videos. And I just need a break. And I call BS, okay? Because now, oh my gosh, some people didn't take a break and they're leaving YouTube. Oh my gosh, it couldn't be because YouTube is trying to tell advertisers that their ads are not working on their platform, and it's because they need to pay more money so they get better quality ads, so they get better quality results from their ads. No, it has nothing to do with that. I'm sure of it. Because if you SEO any of the keywords, taking a break, quitting, having to actually, like a lot of them have said, I've been on for 10 years. Well, probably in that 10 years, you had to form a company so you could justify the earnings that you made, and that you could do your taxes. And, it's not profitable anymore. Let's be straight about that. It's not profitable anymore for them to be on YouTube, and so that they're going to go to one video a week, or they're going to quit, but they're going to be on another video, or better yet, and my personal favorite, they're going to be on a podcast. By the way, since podcast started, I think I was on radio.fm.com or something, like a long time ago. God, that seems like a long time ago. And if you weren't having a reliable or enthusiastic conversation with people, you weren't getting views. You had to talk about something as controversial as sex or politics or sports stars, or be somehow related to a sports star. It's just really, honestly, BS, okay? So now that when they're doing these podcasts, they were filming them, and that was going on YouTube. So they were on two platforms there. Oh, and it's so hard to edit. Oh, my God. If I would actually take the time to edit my videos, it would probably take me 30 minutes. Because now, unlike in the olden days 10 years ago, heck, even 3 years ago, editing tools were, one, really expensive. Two, you had to use iMovie or Adobe Premiere Pro, which sounds like an oxymoron, because if you say Premiere Pro, what was the Pro for, and why is it premium? Why can't it just be Adobe Works? Who knows? But by the way, how do I know this? My gosh, you just do a simple SEO search and you find out what's topical. And it's kind of goes back to the really the BS again about the lowest common denominator. Like, what will make money? What is marketable? What really made Sports Illustrated be able to push off 80% of their articles being written by an artificial AI person, or a person using AI and just spewing out articles. It's super easy. There's a couple different editing programs that will edit a video as you make it, and I'm like, what the heck? Sure, it's $55 a month, but they'll do it as I make it. And I'm like, you can like have this whole like little control keyboard on the side of it. No. By the way, I am outside doing this, and it is starting to rain. It's not going to stop me from doing this long form. I'm probably going to be here for just a few more minutes anyway. So it's just BS. Really, what you have to do is, your content calendar, oh yeah. Well, if we're not going to talk about quitting and we're not going to talk about taking a break, we're going to talk about losing weight. I do not know how many, I'm going to say 5. I'm going to say 5. There was 5 targeted ads, both on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, and something else that I use. There was it was like one of these ads. I was like, oh no, it was Lyft. There was an ad when I was getting a Lyft driver for, are you really busy? I need 20 women for 90 days to transform your body with Orange Theory workouts. By the way, it's like this obscene thing. They'll show a man that lost 50 pounds in 90 days. You can just be like her and lose 50 pounds in the next 112 days. By the way, that's actually 90 days, because if you do the math of how many days you work out and how many days you take off, it would be actually 90 days working out. So it's just, again, the lowest common denominator. And to speak to that, again, when Oprah came out and talked about, how she lost weight using the Weight Watchers points program, she admitted even there that she was going to have to do it for the rest of her life. And that is something else that when Rebel Wilson talked about having to gain weight, it's because the fact that somebody is fit, I'm going to say fit, it's because they are doing it every day. They're concentrating on it every day. And trust me, I know exactly what that's like, because every day I have to figure out, okay, am I going to do weights? how many times am I going to ride the bike this week? How long am I going to ride the bike this week? How far am I going to walk on something? What is the big goal? Making myself sandwiches so I don't spend money on really high calorie food that's around me. Sorry, there is a squirrel the size of a house cat walking around, and it kind of is scary. And it is raining. It's actually a really beautiful day, but it's rainy. So yes, you have to do it every day. And so what I try to do is I parse it out to do one thing every day regarding my weight. Whether it is weighing myself, whether it is 20 minutes of a Fit by Mick video or a Fitness Blender. Fitness Blender is really amazing. I like their videos. I also like Fitness Marshall, just because, you have to keep going and you have to keep yourself working the whole time. So, of course, when I did weigh myself, I was incredibly disappointed, because what success looks like to me is way different than what it looks like to you. But I know that there's 3 things that are against me. 1, inflammation. I don't know how many people I know right now fighting some kind of virus, some kind of flu, some kind of thing. And I am just taking a ton of vitamins, and I'm drinking orange juice. I'm doing things. But on the flip side of that, if I don't drink caffeine, I'll get a headache and it hurts. And there was one day I didn't want to take any medicine. I just kind of wanted to power through it. It was like really light, and I was like, I can get through this. I can do this. I think I woke up with it, but by the end of the day, I finally took, when I got home, 4 Advil, and the headache went away. But oh my gosh, that was such a painful day just because I was trying to like get my body to like, hey, fight the inflammation from within. And I was drinking water. We'll get to water here in a minute. But I was drinking water. I was eating healthy. I wasn't really overly stressed, and I felt kind of good. I mean, didn't feel fantastic, but I felt good. And I actually came home, took some Advil, and I got on the bike, and I was able to get on the bike for 30 minutes. And I was like, wow, I'm really proud of myself. But the problem is that my body didn't fight the inflammation itself. I had to take a medicine for that. The second thing, and I think this is pretty much well known, inflammation and sugar will cause your weight gain. It's two factors. And so there's like the one thing I am trying to cut out is caffeine or Coca-Cola. Oh, those headaches are painful. And I was able to go through a full day, but I just couldn't, I mean, and when I say a full day, it means I was with a headache for about 12 hours. And that is painful. Period. It also didn't help that I really messed up a toe. I was wearing shoes and I just got the worst blister on it. It didn't hurt until the blister got popped when I got home. And oh my gosh, was that thing. I mean, and it was like huge. It was like, here's your toe and like here's this huge blister on it. But a few days later, it's looking better. So back to the whole weight loss everyday thing. So it means every day I drink water. Every day I try not to drink as much soda. By the way, diet soda doesn't help you lose weight. I'm sorry, it doesn't help you lose weight. It's actually a great inflammation trigger. Diet soda doesn't help you lose weight. In fact, it's been proven somewhere, and I'm sure someone will tell you this. Drinking diet soda doesn't help you lose weight. But here's the kicker is that, okay, so I'm not drinking diet soda. I'm not drinking Coca-Cola. I'm drinking orange juice and pineapple juice. And that sugar, if it's not used almost immediately, turns to fat. And it's just, it's you think you're getting the nutrients, you think you're getting the vitamins, but cutting out soda isn't as easy just to drink juice water because that's a different sugar and your body metabolizes it into fat. So, and especially if you're diabetic. So the battle of the bulge continues, but you have to get a consistent exercise plan. Mine's not that great right now, but that's the thing about success. What does it look like to you versus others? And so I was kind of, thinking, wow, what does it look like? How do you stop inflammation? How do you stop sugar? And, you take all these measurements and you have to just choose them. So instead of snacking on chips, I was really good. I snacked on grapes. I thought I was doing good. I thought I was doing amazing. But just as you know, when you're losing weight, there's the one thing that is stopping you from losing weight, and that's you. And so I thought I was doing so good because I was snacking on grapes for so many days. For 2 days, or like my new snack was grapes. Right up until I got home. And, well, I ate a bag of potato chips. And I mean, it was like, I think 9 ounces or something like that, but I think it's like 720 calories I totally ate. And I didn't intend to binge on it. it was just like, this is really good. I'm enjoying what I'm watching. And that is the other thing, is that how you gain your weight or how you binge or how you overeat. Look at the situations that you do it in. Is it when you're really nervous? Is it when you're trying to relax? Or are you doing it absent-mindedly? So obviously last night I did absent-mindedly. So this morning I'm trying to do other things, like sit outside where it's a little colder so that I can get the inflammation down. There's something called Reboot on Valencia Street. They do hot and cold treatments. Honestly, it works. Okay, 3 minutes of being cold can activate your body's ability to start the anti-inflammation and fat burning. You know, brown fat eats white fat. So I've been taking like a 1 minute cold shower, which, by the way, honestly started out as 15 seconds and then 30 seconds. And then I've gotten up to 1 minute. I can't quite pull off more than a minute. But it is. I just turn the handle. I've washed everything. And I'm like, my last minute in the shower is really a cold shower. And it feels like it's working, because as much as I haven't lost a lot of weight, I actually have lost 0.02%. Yeah. 15 days, 0.02%. Or have I gained it? Because this is the other thing about battling the bulge. You have to get a scale and you have to weigh it down. If I put the scale on one side of my room, it's 2.3 pounds automatically. And so I'll clear the scale, but then every time I get on it, I'm 2.3 pounds more, as opposed to when I go to the other side of my room and I put the scale down, it's 0, and I'm 2.3 pounds less. So, you know, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to obviously learn some things. And oh my goodness, I've got doves fighting in the backyard, but it's pretty interesting. There's one dove that's really having it. It's like, I'm going to let my lady eat. I'm going to protect her from eating. Everyone's coming out to see what's out. So this has been a long form thing. So let's get to some other topics, because it's mentally difficult to keep on doing the exercise without reward. So one thing, take 5 minutes, turn off the computer, turn off the TV, get yourself some coloring crayons, and, you know, own it. And just so you know, it's just like, literally for me, it's picking one pencil and just coloring, and that works. The second thing is this really cool trick, and it I don't know if it's a type of thing, and I don't care what type it is, but, you know, we talk about, you know, beginning of the year success is this simple thing. Literally, I am writing down a to-do list for the week. One of the things I was thinking about doing is going to a Barracudas game here in San Jose. And it was like it was going to be a fun night. But the truth is, there's a whole bunch of doves. The truth is that to fight inflation, which, you know, it's still going to be a while. I mean, it's going to be a damn long thing. And that's how you fight inflation. Seeing how you guys can barely read that, maybe I should write it a little bit harder. But don't buy anything really. Like, I am saving so much money by packing my own lunch. My commute, my day starts about 6:45 because I have to catch a bus, and then I get on a train, and then it's about, let's see, last night was the first night that I actually got home at before 6:45. I actually got home at 6:30, and I had taken a bus. I want to say I left work. Yeah. So I got on the train at 5:11. And I got in. It was the first time that I had gotten into the station about an hour and 10 minutes later. And usually it's about that long. It just seems like stuff is not working sometimes. So this has been a long video, and there has probably been a lot of ads inserted, if there has been. By the way, this is the other thing. On the corner of the screen here, like, hold on, like there, the corner, right there, you should see a little, like, white box. That's my, like, copyright thing or whatever. That's, like, proving that I'm doing this. So, I did it. I still got today to do. So, first off, I'm calling BS on the everyone's quitting YouTube. What it is that people aren't making as much money on YouTube, and YouTube is driving for a short form content because that supposedly spends, gets more advertisers to spend more money. It's all BS because we're going to talk about love next month. Why don't we talk about, making sure you're registered to vote? Why aren't we talking about, it's amazing that The Color Purple, which, by the way, is a great movie, was done modernly and the actors all got paid well. Why aren't we talking about the fact that we've gone back to serial TV being once a week, and we don't like it? That is a reality. Having to wait for a show every week is just annoying. It's why we loved streaming, and the fact that streaming is going back to that is just an unfortunate reality, because even if you do the first 3 shows or the first 2 shows, if you only have 8 in a series, that is just a waste of time. And they should, either, oh, this is part 1, these are the 4 shows, this is part 2 in 2 weeks. I literally cannot stand that. One show that really brings up to mind is Reacher, and another one that's coming to mind, I think it was on Netflix, actually, and it was, I was like, I am not going to come back for the show. I really am not. So, and it's also BS that Paramount Plus or Peacock is asking for subscription for a football game. 1 game. I'm pretty sure a lot of people signed up for it and then canceled it immediately. And hopefully they will remember it, because that service, that was so annoying. I was at a friend's house and they had gotten Peacock, and literally there was an ad in the middle of the show, and we were like, oh my god, we could kill you. And it was a banner ad, and you just kind of like, what did I pay for? I think Paramount Plus does it now, and where else did I see it? Oh, Lyft. I saw it on Lyft. I don't mind it so much on Lyft. It just kind of is crappy that Lyft is not as successful. It's kind of like, you're going to figure it out one way or another. I mean, public transit isn't easy. I mean, look at VTA. The only way they made money is because they also own the roads that the buses go on. Or they have to maintain them or manage them somehow, and they don't do a very good job of it, but Okay, I'm going to go. Keep up the good work. Keep on exercising. Admit that sometimes you do binge eat, and you've got to acknowledge why you're binge eating. Sometimes success in weight loss doesn't look like it. Sometimes it is only 0.2 difference, and you just gotta take it. Write down your goals, and writing them down today doesn't mean that tomorrow that you're not going to do them. Writing them down gives you a physical reminder of them, and it's kind of, it's kind of something to think about. Tax season is coming up. Get your tax documents. That's probably the biggest reason why people are quitting YouTube. It's the same reason people stopped using crypto, was because tax is hard. And if you don't know math, you don't want to do it. And I think we should really talk about that. Anyway, it's been a long video.